Thanks so much for your time here on Joy News. This is the White Carpet. My name is Gladys Osei Oredu. Okay, so like we always do, let's look at some stories that made highlights in the week.
The Elisa Hotel Thursday night witnessed the launch of the 15th edition of the annual Ghana Music Awards. Organizers of the annual event used the launch to unveil their targets for this year's awards ceremony. Niaite Hammond is head of production.
This year, we thought it wise to have a press launch where we can introduce to the press what we're looking forward to 2014 in terms of the VGMAs. There haven't been any major changes beyond the fact that the nominees jam, as we said, is going to happen in Tamale. And unlike previously where we just moved to the city and have the jam, this is going to be a road trip, to match the theme of the awards this year, which is music everywhere.
The organizers have, however, warned that songs with explicit sexual lyrics will not be nominated.
According to the reports making rounds online, his brother-in-law Haruna Al-Rashid Idris gave him the 8,000 euros to secure land for the construction of a salt mining project. Well, it looks like the money eluded him and now he must cough out, which is a challenge. Rexomar's inability to pay up the 8,000 euros has caused his brother-in-law to resort to legal actions. It is said that last Wednesday, the Tema police visited Rex's residence per the order of the Tema Circuit Court B to confiscate his properties for auctioning to pay back the amount. His belongings, including his car, coffee tables, plasma TV, and a host of other items, were all seized. But even that, when sold, are unlikely to pay for the 8,000 euros. But for the fact that he lives in a rented house, the house could have helped out a great deal. Haruna, Rex's brother-in-law, is reported to be searching for other properties of Rex across the country, so he gets the court to confiscate them for auctioning. Efforts to reach Rex for his comments has not been successful. Showbiz will keep you posted as matters unfold. You are with us on the White Carpet. The number to WhatsApp is 0267844024. Keep your comments coming through, what your opinions, where you are at this very moment, and let's know. Let's see what you're doing. It's weekend. What are you doing the weekend? And today we are looking at reviving Ghana's culture in modernity. So obviously, I'm sure some of you have been worried about the falling standards in our culture. We seem to be losing out on a lot of our traditions. How can we revive these cultures to, bring it back? We've done well a bit, yes. We now we have our prints in dresses, in suits, trying to make it look funky and comfortable. We've moved away from the traditional slit and cupboard that makes it a bit uncomfortable for some of you to wear from Monday to Friday. We are talking that right here, and guess who our guest will be? We have veteran, renowned experts coming to talk on this topic with us. I am talking about the Deputy Minister for Tourism, Creative Arts, Culture. So, you know that we mean business. We also have veteran fashion designer Kofi Ansan, who will be joining us also. And of course, if you know this woman, Efwa Sutherland, then when I mention AC Sutherland, you know who I am talking about. They will all be here on set to talk about reviving our culture in modernity. So keep your questions coming through, your comments, keep them coming through on the WhatsApp number again, 0267844024. We take a breather here. When we come back, we'll be interacting right here with them.
Hi, I'm Don Moen, and you're watching The White Carpet. Keep it right here, and remember, God will make a way where there seems to be no way.
You are still with us on the white carpet. So we are talking culture right here on the white carpet, how to revive our culture in modernity. I have with me Osei Sutherland Addy. She is a professor at the Institute of African Studies who works in the language, literature and drama section. She has served on several boards, and so her expertise when it comes to culture and Africanity, you just can't doubt her capability there and how much she knows about us. I mean, Africa, Ghana, and our traditions and culture. Then I also have on set that she is the Honorable Deputy Minister of Tourism, Creative Arts, Culture. She is in the person of Mrs. Jifa. She's my auntie, so when I don't know which of the descriptions to give her, but I am talking about your regular Jifa Gomashi. She is with us here, and of course an ace fashion designer. If you haven't worn his designs yet, then you better get yourself one and feel Ghanaian. He is Kofi Ansah, and they are with me right here on the white carpet to talk culture. Thanks so much for joining me. Should I say uncle, daddy? Forgive me.
Uncle is fine. We are nearly senior citizens, yes.
Traditionally, I should be saying uncle.
Naturally.
Yes.
Naturally.
So Uncle Kofi, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Auntie Osei, you're welcome.
Thank
Sweet
you.
auntie, you're welcome.
Thank you, Gladys.
Is culture necessary at all to grow with it? Can't we throw it away and just go as the days go by? Whatever comes across, yes, we grab it and go.
We can start by carrying you and put you in the trash. But that's culture. That's like getting rid of you.
And then before we carry on, we all have to change our names.
Right.
You see, Jifa becomes Gertrude. And you see, what name do you want? Penelope. And then I'll take Rathbone. Culturally speaking.
Right. No, we can't throw our culture away because that's our identity. So how can anybody take themselves and throw themselves away? It's not what it should be. Our culture is our way of life. It embodies our spiritual, physical, moral existence. Everything about us is our culture. Okay. That you like my babu and uku.
I do enjoy it
culture.
very much, not just like.
It's culture. That we choose to dress the way we are now is culture. That when you lose someone in your family, that you ensure that the person who must hear it first is seated and comfortable before you break the news to them is culture. So we cannot throw away any aspect of our culture. Of course, there are some practices that over the years we've heard about that perhaps we shouldn't be getting ourselves involved in. But you can't use those few instances to say that we should throw away our culture. That would be as if you have peeled off your skin and thrown it away. It's not possible.
And just, she has already spoken about the need for us to maintain our culture. If we are reviving our culture in modernity, you have handled African literature, African studies for some time now, so you'll be in a better position to also help us through how can we revive our culture in these modern times.
Well, let me just say that as the material conditions change, people evolve a way of life that suits those material conditions. What we have experienced, which makes it difficult, is the disruption of that process of evolution by the coming in of a force which made us feel like we must drop everything and take something else. That is the issue. And so, if we want to evolve in modernity, you have to know what it was, where the rain started to beat us, which is what Chinua Achebe said. You have to go back to that point, not because you're going back, but because it's a resource that you pick from and go ahead. The other people's resources are not available to you. You know, you will never be let into the inner sanctum of those resources, and therefore you're always copying somebody else, and that's where the danger lies.
Yeah.
So in the process of revival, I wouldn't even call it revival as such. You know, I think we need to get away from the idea that, you know, it's something we're going to go back and take everything that we, you know, that was there before. Because even if we hadn't had contact with the Europeans, we would have moved as the conditions change.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think if we can get that straightened out, then we can begin to talk about, you know, a process. And it is going on at the moment. If you look at us here, every one of us is manifesting a way of adornment and what we wear. Nothing that we're wearing now was worn perhaps several hundred years ago, but it reflects it, it recalls it, it celebrates it, and when you get out there, people know that you're coming from a different source. So can we think about, the source? I don't know.
Coming to Uncle Kofi, I think when it comes to fashion, our fashion designers have done very well in transforming our clothing, our fabrics, into something a bit European, so it's comfortable. People, especially the young ones, have always complained, I can't be in slit and kaba and go to the office. But these days, you still can have your African fabric and feel smart in it and go to the office. You have been in that revolution too. Tell us a bit about that. How successful has it been?
Let me first start by saying that, you see, each and every person is the sum total of their experiences. What are your experiences? If you are English, it's your English experience which makes you English. If I'm a Ghanaian, it's my Ghanaian experience which makes me Ghanaian. And by the way, I am the total evolution of our Ghanaian way of dressing. Because before me, all this modern culture thing, there are a lot of people aping it. They don't even understand the whole tenets of what we are trying to do. But we must give thanks to God that at least we arrived somewhere.
Yeah.
But are we maintaining it? Are we sustaining it? We, as a nation, I think we suffer from a deep sense of low self-esteem. We really don't like ourselves. And until we get to love ourselves, we are not going to move anywhere. What is modernity? And I don't even understand what modernity is. Life is an evolution in a certain way. Like a rat will never turn to a goat.
GM.
Genetically.
It's also even another kind. It's not watching the original anymore.
Anyway, maybe they will put a rat's head on a goat and it become a gat or something. Right, that. But you see, really, we understand ourselves, our culture. We eat fufu, we eat bankum, we eat mpatua.
But in modernity, we eat fufu with spoon.
Yeah.
Some people do. You go to the restaurant, you serve fufu.
But that's okay. By any means necessary, you get the fufu inside your body. I don't. I believe in evolution. You see, but if we really don't hold on to what makes us who we are, and we blindly go and take on something that we don't understand, we're in a sense of chaos. Right now, we are living in, shall I say, culture anarchy. It's not even, I don't even want to bring the word culture in. It's a total anarchy of existence. Everybody takes everything. You take the internet, you see this and that. And we are all, because of this, we don't believe in who we are, and we are taking on something which is alien. That is why we don't know what to do. And the low self-esteem, and everybody now is posing, pretending to be what they are not. Why don't we try to be who we are? I'm not saying that being a Ghanaian is the be it and end all, but let's evolve it to something better because we know who we are. When I saw Auntie Osei, I greeted her. I didn't say Osei. If my child calls me Kofi, he will probably be excluded from my household. I'm not into violence. He'll be excluded from my household for quite a length of period of time. You see, this is what makes us who we are. Culture is a good thing. This modernity thing, I think we have to redefine it.
No, but the modernity is being redefined already, you know. And, you know, the studies in higher education accept a word called modernities so that you can see different things going on. It's not just in Africa, you know. As people are moving around the world and this globalization and all that, people are accepting that people in Chinatown, if you go to Chinatown, they don't speak English. They do not. They speak Chinese, but they work in England, in America and so on. There are some people who have never spoken English. They've never eaten hamburgers. They live in America, you know. So there is a certain way in which you have to see what your principles and priorities are within the modernity. And you will realize that, you know, there are many different worlds going on in Ghana at the same time. There are people who are living almost in the 19th century and people who are living in the 21st century at the same time. And you yourself may find, today I went to a funeral. You know, when the person who had died, who was a big banker and so on and so forth, when his relatives came from the village, you could see that these people are from a village. They were dressed like they were from a village, you know. You could tell the difference between them and the other guests. It was very interesting to segregate the people who had come.
They were real.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm just saying that person belongs to all these worlds.
Yeah.
When they finished the ceremony, he's been taken to his town to be buried, and the rest of us were in Accra doing an Accra thing, and there was the same person's funeral. So we have to realize that our modernity is something that is mixed with, you know, mixing the various levels of our existence.
But really, that's drinking 10 cups of tea make you English?
No.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
An avid tea drinker.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Trying to sound like a foreigner or a British or whatever doesn't make you one.
Yeah.
And it does not matter how fine your English is. Auntie Osei speaks the finest English I know. But she's still Auntie Osei.
She's still Auntie Osei, yes.
She's still, in fact, she still likes her bolo,
And all those things.
Yeah.
I ate her bolo for breakfast today.
Right. So when we are talking about modernity, are we saying that we should, because tea drinking is fashionable or is stylish and is someone else's culture, then all of
tea, you are closer to the queen.
But you see, one issue we have here, yesterday we were talking in our newsroom and we were recounting some of the games that even as we came to meet, we're talking about Arikoto. You know, using the snail shell to ampe, dikos, using the sardine key to just in the mud, and several of those games. These days we don't have them.
Maybe in Accra.
Okay, yes, in Accra, in the cities.
The rare people in the villages.
In the villages.
You see, the electricity don't work well.
Often,
so they can't go on the
you can imagine, even in Accra, it works well.
The battery.
So the question we're asking...
And then if I'm not getting political, there's an ongoing...
But it's okay to even go political.
It's an ongoing... It's an evolution. It's almost become a culture. You know, when you travel and you're in a hotel and you turn on the tap, you anticipate,
you are used to it.
Hesitation.
Can we go back to the games?
We were asking that these are games that helped build us. And today we memorize. It's nice to remember them, and we are we miss them.
Us.
Yes, but we seem to be missing it in the cities.
You see, you are allowed to play those games by your parents. Why are you not allowing your children to play those games? Why is it better for them to go and watch Barney? Why is it? Why do you make a choice for them to go to some mall to play video games and so on? It's the choices parents are making for their children.
It's convenient.
Well, it's convenient one, and it gives you a sense of I've arrived. That's what it is. You want to belong. You want to be into.
That's the solution.
It is. That's the feeling.
It goes down to our language. Now, in every home, every child and their parents speak English.
In most homes, but not every home. Many.
Sometimes you meet them and you feel they are the real people. But even them, they are speaking English.
Yeah, but what kind of English?
Exactly.
Mama, I have put in the thing in the it is a problem.
Mama, you are going.
If I can jump in here, I have even a problem culturally with our news readers and our presenters and all that.
I'm getting my share.
Yeah. Cut either hat face. Just put it on your head. Now, English is a language. It is not some fancy thing. When they are speaking the English, they're even not relaxed with it. They're trying to sound so much on English. This is a problem. So much English that it becomes a caricature, distorted. They're not I dream in English.
No, your chances are bad and you are slanging.
I dream in English. But when I decide to speak Fante, I speak without a word of English in there. It's a conscious effort. It is an educational attribute for us to learn to do it well. If I'm speaking Fante with Antesi here, I don't think we will be suffering myxomatosis with our English and Fante and all that. It is. So the English language is just a medium of communication. Just because somebody says, today, I want to tell you the Queen of England. It sounds funny.
But you see, how can we also ensure that we seem to be losing out on them? How can we bring them back and get these children used to them, to enjoy them like we did before?
Well, I would like to say something, and that is, it is very important to do something that Uncle Kofi just said about being conscious about what you do. Things don't happen just like that. You must consciously cultivate the things. So you have to have some goals. If our goal is to get children to have images and to play and to remember what we know, we have to teach them. You cannot have every nursery school wall. Most nursery school walls, they have Humpty Dumpty, they have Cinderella, they have whatever. They don't. There's no African images on that.
If they are putting African images on their walls, what do you suggest?
If they were going to put African images on their walls, first of all, the faces of, they have images of children. Let those children reflect us. A little girl with braids, that sort of thing. Nice looking things, playing with, you have this wheel that they put on their shoulder and wheel along, things that are fun things to do. You can show that and so on. I mean, there are so many things that we can do. So that's the first thing, because children react to images. They have to have images. If you look in a book, you are not there. You look on the television, you are not there. You look in the cartoon, you are not there. You begin to feel that, in order to be somebody, you must be that thing that is in the book, that thing that is on the cartoon. That is the problem that we must solve. So it's our fault. We must create the materials for them. So I don't think that we should put it on anybody else. Those of us who are working in education, in publishing, in the media, it's our job to help the parent, because the parent say, okay, where is the alternative?
Some people say stuff like, well, we haven't developed our language enough to do anything with it. So if English is the operational language that officially we speak, then why should we be so interested in what we do culturally or in our language and so on and so forth? But how many Chinese products come here and they're written? If I want to translate their Chinese into English, it's very exciting. It's pure theater.
If you meet an Italian speaking English,
but they develop themselves. So how about we develop the smaller communities and let them be functional. So even amongst the communities, we can have trade, we can have we can have all kinds of things going on.
But on a serious note, this situation is not funny.
No,
Because if we don't appreciate and celebrate our culture, we are not going to develop industrially.
Exactly.
Because when you go to Japan, the Japanese, they teach their kids in Japanese. Their rationale is Japanese. That is why they understand what they are, their way of doing things, and they use it to create product to sell to the world. We cannot ape everything which comes through here. That is why we are not productive. We don't have industry.
I don't know if I'm right at this moment to even bring in Krista Safo and his technology. That's
a very controversial thing. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. We're talking about a broad national effort. He's a good example that he's trying to set example for people to follow for the technological thing. But the whole country, why don't we have yam on every table in Ghana here? Why are we even bringing in potatoes? I believe in democracy, you know, making everything. But I'm not talking even about our table. There should be yam on every table internationally. Why? Why do people come and they eat potatoes? But then the same Ghanaians, you see, they travel, they live here, they go to London. Oh, I know the 80% of them, they live Ghana in London.
Yes.
They don't even integrate. So the product which left here, they just economically went and acquired some money and came back totally untainted. It's the same thing. Then somebody see
but
them.
even ourselves would look at them and say, oh, not here.
Yes.
We are the very ones who would look down on them.
But then we are here and we are poo-pooing what we are. So what are we doing now? You understand my culture anarchy in the things I was talking about. We really, I think all the institutions, should I use that nice word, stakeholders?
It's quite appropriate.
It's one of my hate phrases, but it's appropriate. No, really, we need to introduce it right from the kindergarten. As I said, why not a fufu pencil and a wardrobe on the wall, in the kindergarten wall? You see, they are lazy. They just take these rhyme books and then they give it to some artists, and the kids on the walls are even white faces.
But the literature and the rhymes of these communities that we are struggling to be like is situated within the cultural context. So if there's snow, white Christmas and snow, whatever, it's within their cultural context. So trying to photocopy everything around the world makes you lose yourself. So it's okay for us to feel proud of who we are and contribute what we are to the world.
So basically, it's ideal to start it now. We shouldn't just be talking, but it should start now in the very basic elementary levels. Kindergarten, nursery, even crash.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, when I was growing up, one of the fun things I looked forward to, electricity wasn't a problem. Our grandmothers telling us an ancestor story.
I was going to ask Auntie G.E. about By the Far Side. You know, I grew to be part of By the Far Side.
Sorry, I didn't have fireside. We were sitting under the, what they call it?
The moonlight.
The big tree.
I am a modern baby, so I saw the modern side of the By the Far Side. We'd set the bonfire and we're on TV.
Bonfire? We have fireplaces in Ghana.
No, not the fireplaces as you are thinking,
outside
but Muchia kind of fireplace. Muchia kind of fireplace, yes.
There's modernity of our culture.
So are we looking forward to the day where we'll bring back that telling of stories, announce stories in that interesting manner that children looked forward to their school taking their turn on TV to listen?
We have the station with a lot of you who grew up watching By the Far Side. Why has no producer made an effort to produce something like By the Far Side? Who are we waiting for? You have the station. You want to fill a gap that is available, and you're not doing it. You're waiting for Antisi to leave her students at the Institute of African Studies and come and produce a culturally acceptable or child-friendly document. It's all of us. It's a collective responsibility. Like they said earlier on, we all need to put our shoulders to the wheel. We all need to have interest in what kind of children we are growing for this country. Otherwise, perhaps in our lifetime, we'll see children who will have nothing that's Ghanaian, nothing that's British, American, Nigerian. They will just be cloned form of.
We have to really stem this.
So the earlier we wake up to the reality that, the years gone past, we didn't have the United Nations. There was need for it, so it was formed. As a result, we have UNESCO. And UNESCO is in every country. So why don't we still believe that it is important for us to have our culture as we celebrate our culture in everything that we do? Why are we still so-called educated people still thinking that it is too traditional to have a name like Ablaji Fagomashi or to have a name like Kofi Ansa? But to have Stephanie, or now they are halving names and joining together to make them unique and all of.
No, but even when somebody is called Efia these days, there are so many ways of spelling Efia.
Yes.
Some would spell EFYA. Somebody would spell EPHIA.
Only because we want to.
There are several ways of skinning a cat. I would say by any means necessary. At least it is Efia. Efia.
Okay. Small Ghana in there, so
we have our viewers sending in their comments. I would like to go quickly through some of them and see if there are questions for you that you help us through. I'm enjoying your program so much. The idea of drawings on nursery or kindergarten walls images that depicts our culture is so good. The palm front on Chalewate wheels to make a play material demonstrates the beginning of technological ideas at early age of life. Okay, so that's what somebody is saying. Yeah, so I love the discussion. I try as much as possible not to suffer from mixmatosis whenever I need to speak Ewe. Okay, that is speak pure Ewe, not mixed with English. I understand you. I love my Akle and Fetuli Dechi. Yeah, then you're talking to this woman, Auntie Jiffy. I think a program such as this will help enrich our culture. I'll do well to do it more often. A decorated monkey is still a monkey. No matter how much we try to live a westernized lifestyle, we will still remain Ghanaians. Thank you, Ken Oklu from Keta. Let me just take the last one and then we'll move on. English is a strict entry requirement in every educational endeavor. Subjects are in English. Are we deciding to go international or local? We should have a national policy. Vincent Wade, he's sending this message from Netherlands. Thank you, Vincent. Okay, so that's what somebody is saying. English has become a requirement.
Yeah.
So
let me try and help him.
Okay.
Let me try and help him. You know, when you go to school, you don't go to school just to learn a language. You also go to school to learn concepts. If you take a child straight from a certain environment, put them into school, they are learning both a language and new concepts at the same time. They are at a disadvantage. So that is why the national policy has been, you know, as far as possible. I mean, it's supposed to be throughout the country, but where you have mixed language groups, then you have a bit of a problem. But in most Ghanaian areas, people speak a particular language. Use that language to start them off and make English a subject. Children are fast. They will learn the English and learn the concepts in their language, and then when they get to the third year, you switch over and teach them in English. And this is what happens in most countries where people understand their concepts. So we shouldn't be afraid to do it. It is scientifically proved that this is clear. Secondly, children learn languages extremely fast. I don't know of any child whom you put in an environment. A lot of children speak one language with their friends, another language at home, another another. About 3 languages. They are 4 years old. They are 3 years old. They can do that. So let's not handicap them by restricting them to English. It's not necessary. It's not. I don't remember when when I didn't know how to speak 2 or 3 languages at the same time. I don't remember because that's how I was brought up, and most children can do it. So we shouldn't. And people would kill to be multilingual like us. You wouldn't believe it. They love the idea that you can speak several languages. So it's all right. You can go into the world, be multilingual, and you will find that you are rather, making your way through the world. There's nothing to be afraid of.
But we just want excuses, Gladys, because a Caucasian or a European will come to this country. Give them 3 months. If they are in Volta region, they are speaking Ewe.
Yeah.
If they are in Ashanti, they are speaking
Chinese enjoy speaking Chi.
And there are people who leave the shores of this country who can't speak English, and they go to Germany and what have you. And within a few months, they are learning. So let's just stop giving the excuses and take ourselves more and be frightened. Take ourselves more seriously than we are doing.
I think there was some misunderstanding here. We're not saying that we should abolish English.
No.
But language is a tool. It's simply a tool for communication.
It doesn't
you can communicate. Yeah, you can communicate in any language as long as your proponent, the person you having a conversation with, understands that language. Okay. It doesn't make you highfalutin because I speak French, I come and sit here and la-di-da. But that is not the point. That's not the point. We are talking about our culture and its tenets.
All right.
What we need to do to really evolve us in the right way.
Can I also come?
Can I finish?
Unfortunately, our time is up.
But I need to add this controversial statement, maybe to make people feel culturally correct. I think that's a new phrase, President CC. We should abolish suits. We should abolish suits in Ghana. Conditioned climatically is not correct. Anyway, it makes us think wrongly.
My goodness, what a way to end.
You can't go to Parliament dressed like this in this country.
We ought to. They do that in Indonesia. They do that in Malaysia.
And they're moving on.
In Malaysia makes cars.
Uncle Kofi says we should abolish wearing of suits. It makes us culturally incorrect.
Our tailors will have more work to do.
And you will have more job to do.
Absolutely.
All right, today we all woke up. We thought it was a beautiful day until that unfortunate news came through. We have lost a great person, a Ghanaian who was our pride on BBC. Not just Ghanaian, African, and he was on the world stage as well. Komla Dumor, I am talking about. And it is indeed a sad news for us. And I'd like to, you all know Komla Dumor. Let me start from Uncle Kofi. Fond memories of him. It's a sad news, but before I let you go, quickly for me.
Oh, he's my man. And I remember when he got so popular, he came to me one day at the house and said, Uncle V, how do you deal with popularity? When now, everywhere I go, people are coming to talk to me. I said, simply be yourself. And he did very well. I think he lived a very fulfilled life for the short period. It's quality, not quantity. Yeah. I wish that he was with us, he was 100, but okay, Sarah.
Auntie Osei.
I really don't know what to say right now because, we, not to dilute his death, but Professor Ramadi also just died barely a week ago. So when I see the loss of quality human beings who are contributing, who are putting themselves out there, who are showing the world what we can be, it's just so painful because there's so few of them. So all I can do is to thank God that we had him for the time we had him, that he's shown an example. I'm really hoping that his example will be followed, and that many of us who are in the media and various other professions will see what happens when you give your all and when you study, how to be, the best that you can be. Yeah.
Thank you. Auntie Jife.
It's a great loss for our nation, and Komla's family and mine come from the same village in Aplau, and he was honored in Aplau not too long ago with his sister and all. And the news came as a shock to all of us. It's
well, we all gathering courage to make this work. So I won't draw out the emotions yet. May his soul rest in perfect peace. It indeed is a great loss for us. We take a breather here, and when we come back, your critics will be right here. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Don Moen, and you're watching The White Carpet. Keep it right here, and remember, God will make a way where there seems to be no way.
You're still on The White Carpet, and your favorite critics, Bertrand Nana Texan, entertainment critic, and Francis Doku, entertainment analyst, they are right here. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
I did not ask you how your week has been, because it would have been good until today.
Yes. Yes. It's a terrible week. I mean,
it is.
Due to the events of today, sad day for Ghanaian broadcasting and Ghanaian. What's the word to use?
I avoid talking about it myself. Wow. So if it's okay, we can move on. Nana, do you want to talk about it too?
Yes. I was even suggesting to him that we should make tonight's show, in memory of him.
So long as you have the heart to talk about Komla.
Yes, sure.
I've lost mine, so
sure.
I try to pretend.
We had our own fair share in the, in the other building, but I think he's worth talking about, and all those of us who are in this field, who have chosen this as part of our everyday activity. We see him as a benchmark which we all aspire to reach, We have various memories of him, and I have a memory as far back as 1998, my first encounter with him. We worked together. I was working in a hotel then, and then he came to do an MC job, and we just clicked, and it's been a good friendship ever since. Once in a while he jettisons into the country, and then when I have time, when he has time, we have a drink or two. He loves life, and as you can tell, I equally love life. Life is stressful, too much pressure, but sometimes you don't have to let it get to you. Very short. And he was how old? 41.
Just 41.
Some wicked people are still alive,
David was recounting that he wished that the weed smokers, those who are causing us lots of trouble, in fact, 500 of them should be exchanged for just one of him, Komla.
Okay, but
he wants to write a special appeal to God.
I respectfully disagree, because if you mention the weed smokers, you're asking for trouble. They might just meet David downstairs and show him who Goliath is.
They don't even know David, so me who said it. So me who said it. Where is David?
Where is David?
It is quite an unfortunate news. Uncle Francis, have you gained your voice? You want to continue?
Yeah, I mean, it's an unfortunate news. I mean, it was difficult when the rumor started.
And I was
social media.
Praying and hoping it was one of the hoax stories that come up.
We're praying
you wake up.
Yeah, that it's not even true.
It's not even true. That he will come up and say,
and then he'll respond to one of the tweets and say, "Oh, guys, what are you talking about? This is but eventually the confirmation came.
It keeps going on.
Unfortunately,
even after the confirmation, it's hard for me to still take it that he indeed is gone.
That unfortunately Komla is gone. I mean, I see him as a guiding light of broadcasting.
Yeah.
Ghanaian broadcasting over the last decade and a half. Since he's been on and he entered the broadcasting industry. Since by some chance You know, university was on break. Then he said, okay, his sister says there's a station called Joy looking for traffic, and then traffic police or something like that. And he got on that motor scooter and was reporting Motel Traffic Watch. Eventually, he got himself onto a show on Saturday, then got the morning show. And the rest, as they say, is history. He got to BBC, and he was a top dog at BBC. You know, so everywhere Komla went, he did the best that he could.
He stood out.
He stood out. He stood out strongly.
He was a torch. I mean,
absolutely.
Whichever corner he entered, he shined.
He was an institution, something WikiLeaks calls an institution, or Oyelita kind of person.
And that's the example that I was talking about. That you
can I hold your breath here?
Problem.
And I understand we have an addict fan of the white carpet, and he has joined us online. He just can't resist talking to us. Hello.
Hello.
Please tell me your name and where you are calling from. Hi.
Hello, Gladys.
Hello. I can hear you. Tell me your name and where you are calling from.
Yes, Gladys, my name is Osei.
Osei.
I'm calling from Pabanya area. Well, you might not remember me, but some time ago, let's say some 11 years ago, I was your boyfriend. Well, but
you know who is talking.
Happy birthday! You didn't tell us it was your birthday.
Somebody give me tissue.
I just would like to call you on this occasion and let you know that
surprise!
It might not be happening now for you, but all the same.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
We are all your fans. We cherish you very much, and we'd like you to know that we support you.
Oh, you're crying.
We still love you very much.
Are you crying for the one?
And we wish you well.
Thank you.
Wish you a big happy birthday. You are not here with us, but that's how it is. We can't be greedy. We can't have you all to ourselves. So,
somebody give me tissue,
well.
please.
Wish
Thank you.
As a fan, it will always be like that.
Thank you.
Wish you well. Happy birthday.
That's my husband who called.
Yes, we add our voice to it, sir. You have a great one.
Give you a happy birthday after Komla's thing. Since this time, so
we just chip it in.
Is somebody getting me tissue, please?
No, leave your eyes like that. We like it wet. We were going to pond you, but the wetty face makes us have sympathy on you.
Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you.
I think you deserve it. I think you deserve it. You know, Uncle Francis and I have always been saying and admiring what kind of work ethic you have. You're very, very hardworking, and indeed, you're one of the. Oh, today you can break all the rules. Yes, just break all the rules. Yes. And since we're talking about Komla Dumor, it's well and proper that we compare you also to him in terms of work ethic. You know, it's not easy producing such a show. You have audiences or viewers, so to speak, who admire what the finished product is. But what actually goes on behind the scenes, people don't seem to know that. And those of us who are aware of this, we really appreciate you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
We love you very much. Shame on you for not telling us. We'll pond you afterwards.
Nana, you knew this how many months ago?
Oh, please give me
you forgot.
Now. I didn't forget.
All right. So probably, if you agree, today we don't seem to have enough time to critique. It's quite unfortunate. Rexoma has caught in some kind of trouble, and we wish him well. We definitely wish him well. Let me just dedicate some time, just a few minutes, to our viewers to add in their comments to the show. So let's see. This one says, yeah, okay, so reacting to our earlier topic, I want to prefer Swabon. Okay, no matter how far the donkey travel, it will never become a horse. Why are our politicians wearing suits instead of traditional clothes? Why are our newscasters slurring the English? Why do we value English more than vernacular? Why are our producers featuring telenovelas and nudity instead of traditional play? And so because we have lost our identity and become copycats, that's how come we seem to be losing our culture. All right, so oh, this is long, Emmanuel. Forgive me. At least I know, Emmanuel, you said you added your comments to this one, but forgive me. You have said a lot. As for our reviving culture, Ghanaians must be passionate about themselves first. This boils down to identity and originality. So that's coming from Emmanuel Jewel Prepara Mensa. Thanks for adding to this show. Let's see. Hi, my name is Lillian from Abeka. Please ask Nana why he cut his hair. Please go on to YouTube, and now the name is Ochiame Kwame Walks on Water. Look for that clip, and Nana's exclusive telling us why he cut his hair. You get that interview on that clip. So,
but the answer is simple. His father asked him to cut it.
But I like this new shape, and it's nice. You're looking handsome today.
It's your birthday.
Very handsome
We're
today.
Talking about your birthday.
You know, Gomi. Okay, so this one says happy birthday. Thank you so much. I was trying to keep it on the quiet, but my husband gave me up, and Nana echoed it with Francis. So. All right, so I hope Charterhouse will reward deserving artists. Yes, I hope so too. It's quite unfortunate for a man of his caliber. You're talking about Rexoma, who has carved a niche for himself, to allow him to this financial misappropriation issue to tarnish his hard-earned dignity. Please, is he at all poor? Emmanuel, you want to find out if Rex is poor? Is Rex poor?
No.
Well, not to answer the poor. I mean, being poor is relative. Okay. But the point is, we probably don't know the full fact of the matter, so it's not good to judge people. I mean, just to answer to the earlier part of what the person commented about, we don't know the full fact, so we don't have to judge him. I mean, until we are very certain of what exactly it is that.
Because as it is now, there's a funny story out there that the things they collected were not enough, and he quickly adds that, oh, my utensils are also there. I mean,
yeah, that's a joke part of the thing.
Besides, when your friend is down, don't kick him.
Yeah, don't kick him.
Which one?
No, I mean when Rex is down, because you don't know the facts.
You never know the facts.
Yeah, and since there's an in-law thing, that means there's a relationship problem.
There is a relationship. And Ejako claims he suffered a similar thing, where his wife pulls the strings and somebody else takes him to court over how much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not about the money, but you just look at the story.
Circumstance.
Until we make one language official, we will still be foreign. And I am Maxon. Okay, so this one is a tribute to Komla. He says that, Komla Dumor, may your soul rest in peace, and happy birthday to me. Okay, that's coming from Sharifa from Phone. All right. You see, Komla didn't die on a good day. I wish he had died another day.
Oh.
If he was going to die at all.
That was funny.
Because you see,
that's my best comment.
And they go like, is it true Komla is dead? Yeah. And that's Komla and Israel you see in your shot. People call and they're like, is it true Komla is dead? And I'm like, I am also hoping it's not true. Yeah. I can't confirm. And then some of them will actually end the call and call back and say, oh, I forgot, happy birthday. Oh. And I'm like, don't worry, I wish it wasn't today. It's like my birthday is already today, but his death could have held on.
A little for you to enjoy and bask in it.
But he got me crying, and well, my husband crowded it. I can't stop talking about that one. Okay, so let's see. Happy birthday to you, love. Thank you. I'm enjoying your program, and we should encourage more of this in schools. Okay, so you're talking about the culture. We should encourage more culture in school. May Kwabune's soul rest in perfect peace. Komla, you mean? Okay. Happy birthday, all the best in 2014 from Eric.
It's not Kwabena Dumor.
It's Komla Dumor.
To our friends out there, it's not Kwabena Dumor.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm sure the happy birthday was to notify me that I need to wrap up. I'm from FCR. Okay, so the very last one then, off from here. I'm Nafisa from why I think this issue of speaking English to kids at home is really bad. There are university students who can't speak any Ghanaian language, and it is very bad. Meanwhile, happy birthday to me. Thank you so much. Okay, so Let's quickly brush through VGMA. The Music Awards has been launched, and what are we looking forward to? Last year, you two testify after your Red Room experience. I hope this year you take me along to the Red Room. I won't be carrying things to tell me that, for you to tell me that my things can't tie you down. I'll come empty hands.
It's your birthday. I think it'll be nice to you today.
We can't guarantee that. I mean, if we have the opportunity and it's possible, we'll carry you along. But we can't guarantee that. In fact, we can't even guarantee we will go there ourselves. So,
because they don't like us.
Come, we will. But the point
we
is,
are the motivated people.
I think that it's been launched. I mean, there's not launch as in launch. There's a media launch. I think the real launch will come when the nominees have been released. But this sets the tone for it, and I hope that the judges or the committee, the planning committee, would do the best they can to have the best lists of nominees for the awards. If somebody doesn't deserve to be there, they should take it out. If people deserve to be, they have to put them there without any flimsy excuse. And I hope that it goes well. And we'll have a very good event this year.
So, when they talk about sexually explicit songs, what exactly are they? What do they mean? What are they referring to?
I think they're trying to talk about words which are not appropriate for people below the age of 18.
So let's look at Komla. I was going to say Komla.
In a Komla spirit. So.
Yeah. So Komla's adult music. He already rated it 18
exactly.
plus. So where does that fall?
Indeed, that's a very good question. I think the board will be in a good position to answer. I personally do not know and don't know what their thinking is. However, looking at it, if they've disqualified certain songs, which has certain suggestive words, perhaps they may disqualify this also. I do not know. I don't want to pretend I know. Anyway. I would like to leave it to them.
So
to
would you
decide.
say Tonga outrightly is off it?
And unfortunately, that's my favorite song too. Yes, but if you listen to it,
I heard you saying you're teaching your little girl how to dance that one.
Oh, you listen to that show? What's wrong with that? I mean,
teaching your little girl to dance with Tonga. Do you understand Tonga?
Babies don't even know what they're dancing to.
Tonga?
Oh, come on now. It's a tongue with AA. Tonga. Yeah.
PR for JB.
Oh, yes.
Uncle Francis, do you understand Tonga?
Yeah, I do.
What does that mean?
It means vagina.
So if the song is going and we have to sing the chorus, don't we go like vagina like that? Is that what JB is saying?
What time is the show repeating?
It's 9. Now you have no idea. If you're teaching your little girl, you have no idea whether she has gone to even get the explanation or not.
But why do you let your little girl dance to such a song?
That's what Nana said. Rasta.
Well, that's
Okay, today, I guess because it's my birthday, we've been given lots of time. David for once is not screaming cat, and then Sierra has already wished me happy birthday. They are not cutting us.
I think we should cut for them. For today, let us cut. Let us cut them.
We don't need your award.
But you see, quickly before we go, I chose this day to also do this. Multimedia is so grateful to you guys. You started with us, Showbiz Review, which transformed to the white carpet. You've been so faithful and loyal to us.
Transmogrified.
You've been with us.
What did the big people say before we came on?
We're not really listening.
We so much appreciate your company, your dedication, and
blushing.
Oh my goodness! Underneath your black skin. So we have this little gift. It should have come during Christmas, but if it comes on my birthday, it's still okay. So thank you so much. I guess my cameraman may have to change his image because I want to do this.
My favorite color is blue.
Okay, so
but
since
I'm
you're closer to me, thank you so much. And this is just something small from us, but
thank you.
A big things come in small packages.
Absolutely.
So,
and very light packages too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we appreciate your time.
Respect. We're grateful.
All right, so this
Von Bockerstein.
Kwesi Chum, this is a portion of Kwesi Chum's hard work.
Thank you, Mr. Chum.
Love it.
Yes, so this has been the 18th January edition of the white carpet. We really do appreciate your company with us on the white carpet. Thank you so much. My name is Gladys Osei Oredu, and my love to all of you for being with us. And on behalf of my critics, the critic and the analyst,
absolutely,
we say thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Very grateful.